Crucial services restored as Bimini Airport gets a new fire truck. New tonight, the aviation director backs an airline's decision to suspend services, emphasizing safety is top priority. Also, a 2-day search and rescue effort called off for a missing pilot and his aircraft. A retired pilot shares his insight on what he believed may have happened. Plus, a man accused of bludgeoning his son's mother is behind bars, facing a murder charge. Then in Our News at 7:30, Grand Bahama Power Company has filed a rate plan with the Port Authority to raise base rates for operation investments. We'll explain what this means for residential and commercial customers if it's approved to start in January. Our News Live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Two major airlines suspending services to the Bahamas, sparking concerns about the impact on our economy. Virgin Atlantic and Silver Airways both pulling back, with Virgin Atlantic halting flights to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos in 2025. Silver Airways temporarily suspending operations to South Bimini due to a fire truck issue. While Aviation Director Kenneth Romer, who reveals that poor airport conditions are behind these moves, says despite the challenges, the aviation sector remains committed to maintaining high service standards. We'll get to that in just a bit. But for now, South Bimini Airport back on track today. With the arrival of a new fire truck, the airport had to halt operations last week when the aging truck broke down, leaving it in a tough spot. The aviation director says the new fire truck will restore crucial services.
We accelerated that happening to the Airport Authority and the Bimini Airport Development Partners. And the Civil Aviation Authority is traveling to Bimini in the morning. They're going to inspect it. And I spoke personally with the president, the CEO of Silver Airways, and we have every assurance that there should be minimal disruption to the traveling public for those who are seeking to come into Bimini through Silver Air.
While speaking with reporters at the Airports Conference of America held at Bahama Resort, Romer backed the airline's decision to suspend services, emphasizing safety is top priority.
We had a fire truck in Bimini that's over 55 years old, an old fire truck. It has to be ICAO compliant. And so what Silver Airways had said, and we had agreed with them, which is the Airport Authority and the developers of Bimini Airport, was when it's not compliant, they're not going to compromise the safety of passengers.
And be sure and stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 as the director talks more about those suspended routes across the country, as well as the reason he says is behind the decisions. Search and rescue efforts for missing aircraft and pilot have been suspended. Police say the Royal Bahamas Defense Force and U.S. Coast Guard concluded a 2-day aerial and sea search north of Grand Bahama, where the plane's last known location was just before 11 a.m. Investigators say the male pilot, flying a white, red, and blue-striped 2-seater aircraft, departed from Sebastian, Florida around 9 a.m. en route to Marsh Harbor, Abaco, but never arrived. Meanwhile, retired pilot Silbert Mills, who has over 8,000 flight hours, shared insights with Our News on what might have happened based on his experience and the information available.
All indications are that it should have passed most of the bad weather. And so I can't see this being a weather-related incident, because all of the weather was behind where it fell off the radar. And so when you have something of this nature where the pilot doesn't say or communicate with the tower or the traffic controllers that he has an emergency, or then that speaks to something very catastrophic to have happened in the aircraft, either with the aircraft itself or with the pilot.
Mills says the routine journey should have only taken roughly 2 hours for an aircraft of that size.
I did a check on this November 351 Bravo Lima. It's a very small airplane that has about a 10-year history of its development by a father and son. I would think that they should check the history, the maintenance records of this aircraft and also the medical records of the pilot for something of this catastrophic nature to take place, just to disappear off the radar.
A 25-year-old man has died after a tragic accident on Eleuthera late Monday night, according to traffic police. Investigators say the crash, which happened shortly before 10 p.m., involved a red Ford F-150 truck traveling north on Jeans Bay Road. The passenger, who according to police was sitting in the truck bed, fell off and hit the road. They say he suffered severe head trauma and was pronounced dead at the scene by a local doctor. And 51-year-old Delroy Wright is behind bars tonight, accused of killing the mother of his 10-year-old son. Prosecutors allege Wright bludgeoned Teresa Knowles while she was at his home on Homestead Street on July 30th. Wright, who faced Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley Tuesday, was not asked to plead to the murder charge and was denied bail. He's expected back in court on December 5th. And history has been made as Deborah Archer becomes the first Bahamian to receive the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award from the Pilot Club after 45 years of dedicated service. Bahamas District Governor Tony Bannister, who is both a mentee and a beneficiary of Archer's mentorship, shares a heartfelt tribute with Our News. Discover why Archer's impact and dedication have made her a standout in the Pilot Club's legacy coming up. But first, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg, and I know you've been following Debbie for most of the weekend. Yeah, what are we seeing now?
Debbie is still impacting the portions of the Bahamas right now as we speak. There's some rain bands out there. We'll show you that in our satellite and radar, but we are expecting to see some more showers across the northwest Bahamas as Debbie has basically slowed down. But temperature-wise, it's comfortable on the outside with all the clouds. 84 degrees, mostly cloudy. We have some light rain out there. Your winds out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. It feels like temperature is in the low 90s. Taking a look at current temperatures around the islands, 85 in Freeport, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, and in Allenstown, Bimini. We pick up 86 in Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbor Key. Here in the capital, 84. Central Bahamas, 86, Kemps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island. Pair of 85s in Georgetown and Deadman's Key. Cuban Towns in Salvador, you guys are 83. And in the southeast Bahamas, 85s, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, 84 in Abrahams Bay, Providenciales, and Matthewtown, a pair of 86s down there at this time. Satellite radar composite, well, let's see where Debbie is. Basically just off the Georgia, South Carolina coast, and it's basically meandering there. It's going to stay put for almost the entire week, so this system is really going to stay and really do some damage to the southeast United States with a lot of rainfall expected out of the system. But we're talking about the rain bands. Some of those rain bands extend all the way across the northwest Bahamas. Showers and thunderstorms, pockets of them embedded in these rain bands will continue to affect the northwest Bahamas. We even have some isolated showers all the way down to the Turks and Caicos Islands east of them, and that's all associated with an upper level low. And as I mentioned, we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms for most of the week across the northwest Bahamas. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. So look at your extended forecast system.
Thanks, Greg. And still to come on Our News, Shawnee Miller-Weibo and Ian Kerr both failed to advance from the repechage rounds at the 2024 Paris Olympics. This as our Olympics correspondent, Frank Rutherford, is back with a lot to say on these latest developments when Our News returns.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 The Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you live?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Happiest, most peaceful, most congenial of all countries in the Western Hemisphere today.
This update from the Paris Olympics is powered by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's Sean Mark Nutt. Let's do show. It's official. Shawnee Miller-Weibo will not defend her 400-meter Olympic title in Paris. Miller-Weibo returned to the track today to run in the repechage round, but failed to qualify for the semi-final. Ian Kerr also ran in the repechage round for the 200 meters, but also failed to qualify. We look ahead to the list of Bahamians in action on Wednesday at 7:30. The 10YS Olympics correspondent Frank Rutherford is back, and as always, he's got a lot to say.
Whoever the BOC media person is, and the national team coach who should have been with Stevie and his coach together when he made that decision. Now, once he makes that decision, the professionals who are in the media, who's supposed to be attached to him, should go now and say to the international media what has happened. So it's not misinterpreted, thrown all over the place like it was. So I put that on the B3As, and I put that on the BOC.
Casey Lynn Smith withdrew from the FEI North American Youth Jumping Championships.
So unfortunately, this competition didn't go in my favor. I'm still really proud to be here. I'm happy with how my first jumped, and we can learn a lot from this and come back stronger next time.
That'll do it for Our Sports at 7. This is 10YS. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more. Back to the studio.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as presidential hopeful Kamala Harris picks Tim Walz as her running mate in the upcoming U.S. elections. Plus, a U.S. judge finds Google has an illegal monopoly on searches. We'll tell you the ruling coming up. And amidst claims of a stolen election, the president of Venezuela says he doesn't care what the U.S. thinks. When Our News returns.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is Two for Two, the gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has chosen Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate for the presidential election. Known for calling Trump and J.D. Vance weird, Walz's straightforward Midwestern persona aims to attract independent and conservative voters. Harris will introduce Walz at a rally in Philadelphia, kicking off a tour of key battleground states. A U.S. judge ruled Monday that Google violated antitrust law by spending billions of dollars to create an illegal monopoly as the world's default search engine. The landmark decision marks a significant victory for federal authorities challenging big tech's dominance. The ruling paves the way for a second trial to determine remedies, possibly including a breakup of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company. Alphabet says it plans to appeal the decision. Bangladesh's president dissolved parliament on Tuesday, clearing the way for new elections after the prime minister resigned and fled the country amid violent protests against her rule. President Mohammad Shahabuddin also ordered the release of opposition leader Khalida Zia from house arrest. Now, the prime minister fled to India, creating a power vacuum and raising concerns about the country's stability. Meanwhile, the military reportedly reshuffled senior positions and student protesters vowed to prevent a military-backed government. And Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said Monday he does not care about the U.S. government's opinion regarding the contested July presidential elections. Maduro's claim of winning a third term in the July 28 vote has sparked nationwide protests, with many demanding that his opponent be recognized as the true winner. Venezuela's electoral authority reported that Maduro won with 51% of the vote, while the opposition's tally showed it likely received 67%. Meanwhile, the U.S. says there was overwhelming evidence of the opposition's victory. Still to come in Our News, Today in History. Find out interesting facts about the day that was August 6th. Then in Our News at 7:30, we'll tell you the two major airlines that have suspended services in the Bahamas and what's behind the decision being backed by the aviation director. And our Marlena Leonard goes island hopping. She tells us rain or shine, weather didn't stop Roeville homecoming and regatta. More from her island journey when Our News returns.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This
On this day in Bahamian history in 1971, the Bahamas Institute of Chartered Accountants, BICA, was officially incorporated. Then August 6th, 2017, Stephen Gardner set a national record in the men's 400 meters with a time of 43.89 seconds during the semifinals at the IAAF World Athletics Championships in London. And August 6, 2021, Gardner also won a gold medal in the 400 meters at the Tokyo Olympics. Shortly after his victory, Shawnee Miller-Weibo won gold in the women's 400 meters, setting a new national and area record with a time of 48.36 seconds. She is the first Bahamian to receive such an honor. After 45 years in the Pilot Club, Deborah Archer, the first Bahamian Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. Bahamas District Governor Tony Bannister explains Archer has been a life and longtime mentor of hers and even sponsored her own entrance into the club. The district governor explaining why Archer is so deserving.
In the rubric given, it spoke of not only the work that she does for Pilot generally, but more specifically, the work that she has done as an active pilot for so many years, and in particular with her district and in her clubs. And so what you see here today is just a snapshot of all that she has poured into pilots over the years. And I am one that she has mentored over the years. And so I am governor because not only did she sponsor me into this club, but she has walked every step of the mile with me along my pilot journey.
And Archer served as president of Pilot International in 2008 to 2009, becoming the first Bahamian to hold the title. She says receiving the achievement is above all else humbling.
Never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would have gotten this. There are 8 pilots, who have now received this award, and to be counted with them is truly an honor. I do what I do because I love working hard in the community with my club, my district, and for Pilot International. Having been a member for 45 years, it has truly been a part of my life, and I am grateful for this award.
All right, what an achievement. To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. It's going to do it for us on News at 7. Joining us now, Atalia Hall with the latest headlines. Atalia?
Hi, Ken.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
No, I was so happy to see that story just now with Deborah Archer receiving her
ask
flowers.
If you knew her personally.
She's a family friend, yeah.
Oh,
so I'm
right.
happy. I'm really happy to see that. I think it's so important to give people their flowers while they're here with us.
Sure thing. And I mean, what a legacy. She's been able to help build the community. And more than that, we need more people like Miss Archer. So from all of us, Miss Archer, we are sending you a big, happy congratulations on your achievement.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Ken. Well, coming up, 2 major airlines that have suspended services in the Bahamas. And what's behind the decision and weather did not stop the Rollville Homecoming and Regatta. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, 2 major airlines suspend flights to the Bahamas. We speak with the aviation director, who's responding to concerns about how this will impact the aviation industry. Plus, the Grand Bahama Power Company submits a rate plan proposal to the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Also, entrepreneurial development through the University of the Bahamas North UB Ignite program. We have the details coming up. And later, hundreds turning out for the annual Rollville Homecoming and Regatta in Exuma. Our Marlena Leonard was there for all the action. Our News Live at 7:30 starts in a moment.
Happiest, most peaceful, most congenial of all countries in the Western Hemisphere today was how the Prime Minister, Mr. Lyndon Pinding, described it in an Eve of Independence news conference. The preacher spoke of the Bahamians as a holy nation and a peculiar people, dependent now only on God.
At the gateway to the Americas, on the picturesque island of Grand Bahama, a pioneering initiative is taking shape. Lucayas Solar Power Limited presents the $15 million Lucayas Solar Power Project, the first of its kind in the Bahamas' energy landscape. The state-of-the-art solar farm on the Fairfield and Devon sites spans just over 30 acres, and once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate over 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. The Lucayas Solar Project is a pivotal step towards diversifying the country's energy sources and significantly reducing dependency on fossil fuels. It's more than just a project. It's a commitment to a greener, more sustainable future. Lucayas Solar Power Limited, powered by INTI, powering your world, powering your future.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E. I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I
Welcome to our news. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. Two major airlines suspending services across the Bahamas, raising questions about the impact on the country's economy. Our Delvado Emmanuel spoke with the director of aviation, who insists that despite these challenges, the country's airlift infrastructure remains in tip-top shape.
Virgin Atlantic recently announced it would suspend operations to the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos in 2025, a decision Aviation Director Kenneth Roma said was difficult for the airline.
Virgin Airlines began operations to the Bahamas November 2021. It's been a really good run for the airline, but because of some internal decisions, they made a difficult decision to suspend operations in next year. Okay, 7 months from now. We're speaking with the airlines. It's a decision that they would have made. We're very thankful to them.
Silver Airways also temporarily suspend operation to South Bimini due to an aged fire truck.
It has to be ICAO compliant. And so what Silver Airways had said, and we had agreed with them, which is the airport authority and the developers of Bimini Airport, was when it's not compliant, they're not going to compromise the safety of passengers.
But what's really behind the airline pulling out? According to Roma, it's the poor state of airports that's driving the decision.
The reality is a lot of our airports are not sufficient when it comes to attracting airlift. They are in a state, many of them in a state of disrepair. They are outgrown, certainly. And these airports, again, are decades-old airports.
And despite these challenges, the director insisting the aviation sector is committed to upholding high standards of service and connectivity, as officials work hard to minimize any disruptions that may rise.
We are always having conversations with our airline partners. We have been speaking this week alone to American Airlines. I've spoken to to Delta. We've spoken now with Air Canada. We're speaking to Alaska and Silver and Bahamas Air. So we're speaking with our legacy carriers consistently. And wherever there is a concern or a disruption, we try to pivot very quickly to address those concerns. We have seen unprecedented inaugural flights to the Bahamas. Just last year, we saw flights coming in from the West Coast, both Alaska Airlines and also JetBlue. We have United Airlines having a new route coming here again in December. We have Western Air, New Routes, Bahamas Air. We have American Airlines. So we have a significant amount of new airlift coming in.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks so much, Delvado. Where a 30-year-old man is behind bars tonight facing an abetment to commit murder charge. Prosecutors allege Andre Thompson, also known as Jopper, rented a car that was used by gunmen who shot and killed Brendan Adderley on July 26. Prosecutors say Adderley and his brother were driving on Eden Street in Chippingham when they were cut off by another car driven by the gunmen who chased and killed Adderley. Thompson did not have to enter a plea when he appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Rackley. He's due back in court on Thursday for a bail hearing. While the Grand Bahama Power Company filing a rate plan proposal with its regulator, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, on August 1st, the power giant revealing the details of that filing in a statement this morning. According to officials, the filing is comprised of two elements: a request for an increase in base rates to maintain operations and investment going forward, and a system resource plan. Now, if approved, the requested change in base rates will come into effect on January 1st, 2025. The full statement is available on our social media pages. The Grand Bahama Port Authority, the Grand Bahama Power Company's regulator, responding to GBPC's rate plans proposal Vice President of Legal Affairs at the GBPA, Carla McIntosh, says they understand energy expenses are a critical factor in daily living and for commercial operations.
As such, we are committed to working diligently to explore and implement solutions that can help alleviate these burdens to ensure that energy remains affordable and accessible for all.
She adds they remain committed to residents on the island.
To fostering a safe and sustainable energy environment for all residents of Grand Bahama. The GBPA is aware of the significant impact that the cost of energy has on our residents, businesses, and the broader economy.
Well, the Ministry of Grand Bahama also responding to GBPC's proposed rate change late this evening. The ministry said, quote, they do not support the base rate increase and empathize with Grand Bahama residents and businesses, end quote. The ministry said they are concerned about the additional strain this proposed increase will present and are asking power officials to reconsider the decision. And to read that full statement, it's available now on our social media pages. Well, hazy weather conditions on this Tuesday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg, things look a bit dreary today, and although the sun was out, it wasn't so pleasant outside.
One of those rain bands from Debbie. Even though Debbie is well north of us, we still have some moisture springing across our area. Show it on a satellite picture, but looks like that's going to be the trend for the major portion of this week. So if you plan on doing any on the activities on the outside, just stay prepared. 84 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. A little cooler because of the clouds, and we have some light rains, south-southwest winds at 7 miles per hour. Your field straight temperature in the low 90s. Satellite radar composite. This is what's happening across us. Outer rain bands from Debbie, which, like I said, is well north of us, impacting the northwest Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Agap, the Andros area, as well as the Bimini and Abacos. You're seeing some showers. You had some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. Most of them have been canceled. But we are still watching 1, 2, maybe even a couple more rain bands moving across us, all courtesy of Debbie, which is well to the north of us. And as I mentioned, this system is not going anywhere very soon, so we're going to continue to see those rain bands affecting the islands, especially the northwest Bahama, over the next couple of days. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us to look at your extended forecast. It's still to come.
Still to come on Our News, entrepreneurial developments through the University of the Bahamas North UB Ignite program. We'll tell you all about it straight ahead. Also, summer is usually a time for fun in the sun, but a young man is shifting his focus this summer break to help his family business. And later, hundreds turning out for the annual Rollville Homecoming and Regatta in Exuma. Our Marlena Leonard has the details when Our News continues. Stay with us.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell?
Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 The Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right here on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Grand Bahamas UB North Campus hoping to lead the way when it comes to entrepreneurial development through their UB Ignite program. They've recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Grand Bahama Port Authority to give the next generation a head start in the world of business and community enrichment. Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at the University of the Bahamas, Dr. Maria Orakai, explains.
The MOU we signed today is a testament to the mission. It outlines our intention to enhance educational experiences by providing practical learning opportunities, internships, and direct access to industry experts. Importantly, it emphasizes the promotion of entrepreneurship amongst our students, preparing them not only for employment, but also for creating their own ventures and contributing to economic growth. By leveraging the strengths of both UB Ignite and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, we are creating a dynamic framework for student development and community enrichment.
Executive Director of the UB Ignite program, Keturah Higgs, says the program already has over 300 participants. She's calling on other corporate entities to support the program. As for the GBPA's contributions in the Memorandum of Understanding, GBPA's Chief Investment Officer, Derek Newbold, outlines their plan, saying it's a continuation of decades of support for the university's northern campus.
Our support for this initiative will include, but it's not limited to, providing guidance on curriculum development and entrepreneurship courses. This will ensure that educational programs are tailored to meet the evolving needs of the market and equip aspiring entrepreneurs with the necessary skills. Our team of seasoned managers and executives will offer mentorship support. This mentorship support will provide invaluable insights, advice, and encouragement to budding entrepreneurs, helping them navigate the challenges of starting and growing a business. And of course, we will continue to support the program through capital donations.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When Our News comes back from the break, Portraits a la Sawyers, a young man taking time out of his summer break to help his family business. Our Daniel Miller has a story coming up.
Coming up in sports, Bahamians take on the repechage round, nail the pronunciation. And we look ahead to a busy Wednesday at the Paris Olympics.
And hundreds turning out for the annual Rollville Homecoming and Regatta in Exuma. The details when Our News returns.
Cancer home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This update from the Paris Olympics is powered by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. A second opportunity to qualify for Shawnee Miller-Weibo and Ian Kerr came up short, and their Paris Olympics bid came to an end. In the repechage round, Miller-Weibo ran 53.50 seconds to finish 7th in Heat 2 and did not advance. In the 200 meters, Kerr finished 3rd in Heat 4 in 20.60 seconds and did not advance to the semis. Looking ahead to tomorrow, Wednesday is the most active day for Bahamian athletes at the Paris Olympics thus far. Five-time Olympian Donald Thomas will compete in Group A of the high jump at 4:05 a.m. National record holder Rima Otabor will make her Olympic debut in the javelin at 4:25 a.m. On the track, Devin Charlton, Denisha Cartwright, and Charisma Taylor begin the prelims of the women's 100-meter hurdles at 4:15 a.m. In the evening session, Antoine Andrews will run in the first semifinal of the 110 hurdles at 1:05 p.m. and in the 200 meters, Wanye McCoy will run in semifinal 2 at 2:02 p.m.
We're back with our 10YS correspondent triple jump bronze medalist from the 92 Barcelona Games, Frank Rutherford.
Track and field is an individual sport that is driven by the mental preparation, the physical preparation, the spiritual preparation of that athlete. That's always preeminent. I don't care what meet it is. Yes, the Olympics makes it a whole lot more at stake because it's the greatest spectacle in the world, and yes, you're representing your country. But the country is only as good as that athlete is good.
Casey Lynn Smith's run at the FEI North American Youth Jumping Championships came to a disappointing end. Smith elected to withdraw from the competition hosted in Traverse City, Michigan.
So unfortunately, this competition didn't go in my favor. I'm still really proud to be here. I'm happy we found my first jump, and we can learn a lot from this and come back stronger next time.
Smith and her horse, the Angelo 6, completed the first round speed class with just one fence down and was in 20th place to make the individual final. In the first round of the team competition, Smith has several fences down and they were eventually eliminated in the round, ending her chances to qualify for the individual final.
Team Bahamas is off to a winning start at the Billie Jean King Cup in Trinidad and Tobago. The team of Simone Pratt, Cindy Clark, Daniel Thompson, and Tatiana Madu defeated Antigua and Barbuda 3-0 on the tournament's opening day. Pratt and Clark won their singles matches to clinch the win for the Bahamas. Thompson and Madu went on to win doubles. Countries competed in the Americas Zone 3 include Aruba, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Jamaica, and the host, Trinidad and Tobago.
That'll do it for Our Sports. This is 10YS.
I'm trying to figure out How do we miss the biggest story of the weekend?
What was that?
Me winning the doubles at the AID Clay Court Championships.
Well, you should form your own media company. Get on top of that. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News tonight, a young man taking time out of his busy summer break to help his family business. Our Daniel Miller has a story coming up, and the Rollville Homecoming and Regatta dubbed a huge success. The story when Our News returns. Stay with us. Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
The Paradise Hotel.
When can I sell? Is this what the hotel is really worth?
The kids find themselves on more exciting island adventures.
So stay tuned for some really hot new episodes.
This is 242 the Gospel.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This is Our News. Welcome back. Well, we are still feeling the impacts indirectly of Debbie, which is well to the north of us, some rain bands affecting the northwest Bahamas. But let's show you where Debbie is right now. The current position, 32.1 north, 80.8 west. Winds are down to 40 miles per hour. Still a tropical storm. Gusts up to 52 miles per hour. And its movement is very slow, 3 miles per hour towards the east-northeast. And we expect the system to just meander across this area. It's going to be dumping quite a bit of rainfall across the southeastern portion of the United States, Georgia, and the South Carolina, as well as North Carolina over the next couple of days. But the mere fact that the system is going to be hanging around in that neighborhood, we get some rain bands extending out of that, and they will be extending across the northwest Bahamas. So we're looking at showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for the most of this week, actually. It might even last into Saturday, Sunday time frame as it starts to pull to the north, and that trailing moisture will continue to impact the northern islands. High pressure at the surface across the remainder of the islands will keep us rather dry and hot across those areas. We do have an upper level low that's spinning out there. There's also a tropical wave that the National Hurricane Center is giving about a 30% chance for formation over the next several days, but it's going to continue towards the west. But that upper level low will create some instability across the southeast Bahamas, so you guys down there, the Turks and Caicos and the southeast Bahamas, could likely see some showers over the next couple of days. The remainder of the tropics quiet, and that's the way we like it. We are in the middle of, well, approaching the meat of the hurricane season. Taking a look at our forecast map over the next couple of days, we expect systems to basically, the rain bands affect us over the course of the next several days. Mostly isolated showers and thunderstorms, and that will continue through Wednesday and into Thursday. Mostly the same wet conditions expected across that area over the next several days. Boating forecast. We're asking you boaters Along the Atlantic exposures, to exercise caution. Your winds will be south-southeast to south-southwest at 15 knots, falling to 10 to 15 knots tomorrow across the northwest Bahamas. 2 to 4 foot seas expected. High tide is at 10:08 tonight. Low tide takes place at 4:31 in the morning for the central and southeast Bahamas. Caution fly for you guys as well along the eastern Atlantic exposures. East to southeast, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, but up to 6 feet along those Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, because we have those rain bands affecting us, we will keep the showers in the forecast for most of the week. We get a slight break on Saturday, but Sunday we could possibly see some more showers out of Debbie, but Debbie is expected to continue to pull well to the north and away from us. Temperatures will be back into the low 90s, and we're looking at some hot temperatures during that time frame. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, summer is typically a time for kids to enjoy a break from school, free from teachers and homework. However, our Danielle Miller recently met a young man who chose to spend his summer vacation helping out in the family business instead. Let's take a look.
Meet Caleb Sawyer, son of businessman and photographer Charles Sawyer. I came across little Sawyer assisting in the family business, which has become a staple in the Carmichael Road community. At just 13 years old, his exceptional customer service skills immediately caught my attention, as I also noticed him assisting with taking photographs. Intrigued, I decided to sit down with Caleb to find out what motivated him to assisting in the family business.
I always was more like, okay, it looks like there's something to do rather than stay home and like play games. Even though I like playing games, it's just that photography is like, it's almost like you're playing a game because there's so much different things you could like change around. You could make someone green if you really wanted to.
He told me one of the highlights of his day is challenging himself to see how quickly he can edit photos. And ironically, while photography is a skill he says he's mastered, it is not his dream profession.
In my future, I plan to be an engineer. I like aviation, I like cars, like a lot. But I don't know, since I was like 3 years old, I just established the fact that I want to be an engineer. So that's what I'm, I guess, training towards. And photography could be a good part of that because I get to learn about, I guess, technology a little bit more.
Caleb shared this advice for his peers.
If you start early on, I feel like if when you get an adult, it's not really going to be like something new for you to be working hard. You already know what it is to be actually doing stuff and getting things done instead of just like sitting back and doing other things that you love, like playing games.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, so inspiring. Thanks for that, Denny. Well, the holiday weekend is over, and that means so is one of the fan favorites of homecomings. The Rollville Homecoming and Regatta this year was the regatta's 80th year, but there were some bumps along the way, as Marlena Leonard explains in this report.
There are two words on any homecoming fan's lips the first weekend of every August: Rollville Regatta. But this year, fans of the festival were nervous as all eyes were on an area of disturbed weather that had a 50% chance of developing into a tropical depression right over the island chain during the homecoming weekend. It's something President of the Rollville Regatta Committee, Dwight Hart, says they were watching closely.
You know, we've been watching the weather. I've been getting all sorts of messages from some of my committee members here on the ground about, you know, the possibility of a storm. One day you checked it and it was showing that it was coming straight for Exuma. Check it another day, wavering. Check it one day, stronger. Next day, not as strong. Weather's unpredictable. It's always something that we're mindful of, and particularly in August when we do have, you know, these waves that come through from time to time. So we've had quite a few scares over the years, but we've never had to cancel.
But organizers tell us that weather uncertainty did not stop Rollvillians from coming home.
It's been tremendous. This one has definitely been the biggest. But, you know, we say that every year. Every year, it looks like we get this a little bit higher and higher, which is good, right? The trajectory has been going up. Rollville has consistently gone a step up every year for the last 15 years.
Festival goers enjoy days of sailing, activities shoreside, and lots of entertainment. But Hart says making this annual favorite happen is not as easy as it may seem.
These regattas, as small as they may seem, it's a full-time effort to get it done. Most of the planning starts immediately after this regatta ends. So we have a wrap-up meeting, discuss what went right, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be improved. We select a team, additional members who may want to come on board, and then we start planning for the next year.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Marlena Leonard.
All right, thanks so much, Marlena, and thank you for joining us for Our News tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.